to read a paper and I have no idea what's going on. I know this subject. If you are in graduate school and dealing with imposter syndrome or just like feeling stupid when you're reading things, definitely go watch that video. I was really glad it came across my feed because this is something that I feel like very passionately, very, very strongly about. I know a lot of other researchers and academics that I am friends with and that I've come across on TikTok like feel the same way. If you're reading something and you don't understand it, it might not be you. I would venture to say like it's probably not you. This is a major problem within academia and peer-reviewed articles, like scholarly writing, right? Like there are lots of articles out there that might be immensely useful, but they're written in a way where they're really difficult to understand, even for people who are also experts in that field. Like this person said, like they feel like they know the subject pretty well, they feel like they know stats pretty well, but it's just not making any sense. And like I totally get that. Like I'll read things and I'm like I'm literally an expert in this field. Like what is this paper even saying? So just like normalize, totally normal thing. Sometimes it's because people are like good researchers and good scientists and just like bad writers and communicators. Not everyone has every skill, right? So it could be that the paper is like not really well written and that's why it's confusing. Sometimes I think that people, this is just like my like inner bitchy side coming out. Sometimes I think people really like to sound smart and they just like overcomplicate things to try to like be important or sound smart. So they make things like way more complicated than they need to be. And then therefore it is also difficult to understand. And when people are like, academic writing is like for a totally different audience, it's for academics. So like we write in a different special way. It's just like, why? Like, why can't we just, no matter what audience we're writing for, write in a way where anyone could understand it? Like, I'm not saying don't use your special vocabulary or whatever, but like just you could take a sentence and explain what it is so that anyone can benefit from your work. Like, why should the only people who benefit from your work be the ones who are able to like stumble through your paper? Or maybe they're gliding through your paper, but they have to have this like vast vocabulary and like understanding of complicated statistical methods. To me, that just doesn't make sense. Like, you can explain complicated, niche, super special things in basic, straightforward ways so that everyone can benefit from your learnings. And like, as a researcher, as an academic, personally, like, I want that. I want anyone to be able, one, I want anyone to be able to access my research, because like that's a whole nother issue we can talk about. But I want anyone who picks up an article that I've written to be able to read it and understand it. Not that they might not have any like intellectual questions, like wonderings about what they read, but like they understand the basics. They could summarize it. They're like not going through it being like, what does that mean? What's that? I don't get this, right? Like I would hope that anyone who reads an academic paper that I've written understands what we're talking about. And you know what? I'll say this right now. I know that it's not true. I know that I have been a co-author on, so co-author, I've written articles with other people and maybe that didn't need a definition. I tend to overdefine. Um, but I know there are ones that do not pass that test, but like it's something that I aspire to. I think no matter where you're writing, who you're writing from, where you're writing or who you're writing from, what is happening to me? I need to go to bed. My point is, it should be understandable. So if you're feeling stupid, I really don't think it's on you. I think it's on the writer.